Welcome to the Redvee TV preview show, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2022 season, as we look ahead to the 2022 Good Friday Super League clash between St Helens and Wigan at the Totally Wicked Stadium. Kevin, it's been far too long between good days out. It's just a shame that we've got to interrupt it by seeing Saints hammer Wigan for 80 minutes. No.
Well, no, it's not a shame if we get a good game, David. But yeah, it'd be good to catch up with a good couple of mates who come across from the dark side, and old mates who stand with us in the West. It's going to be a good day, isn't it?
It is indeed. Obviously, a little bit more spice added to it this year by the fact that Wigan are pretending to be good for a little bit before they usually go on their demise. Joint top of the table, give them a little bit of hope. They've managed to sell all the tickets, which was a shock. I can't wind them up.
You know what? With tickets, I've seen a couple of people like in our mentions and just on social media in general going, you're selling them all because we're going to in town. Oh, what a hot take that is! Selling all your tickets for the derby. Isn't that what happens when your big rivals come to town? You do sell more tickets. It's not a hot take. It's not brand new information. And then you've got people turning around acting like it is. Have they never been to a game before? Because it doesn't sound like it.
In Wigan, they're struggling to work out how to sell a ticket. Never mind actually go and buy one.
True. I saw you chatting to a couple of their fans who were saying it's been tough going for him because he decided to implement a new system for Good Friday tickets. I don't think they thought that one through.
So I think one of the Wigan fans tweeted us saying the cleaner's been busy answering the phone.
Yeah. Well,
she's not cleaning trophies, is she?
Yeah, well, very true. I've got the brasso out just yet.
Now, obviously, we are going to play them in a couple of weeks' time in a Challenge Cup semi-final. Does this game now have any bearing on that? Do we go out and try and put a statement in, or do you play coy and hold things back?
No. Not at all. You go out there, you win the game. You know what? There's plenty of time in between now and then to either work on set plays that you want to do or change little things. There's plenty of time for that, and there's plenty of games that you can watch us in between now and then. I mean, we've got Huddersfield on Monday, so we'll be filming again on Saturday, I'd have thought. We've got Castleford on the Friday after. So there's plenty of time for them to see little intricacies in our play. You just go out, you concentrate on this week, and you don't worry about a cup game that's going to happen in like a month's time. No, don't see the point.
So you just hammer them in both.
That's going to be the aim. The aim is just going to be to win both games. And that's it. The likes, like obviously saying hammer them, and you see people on social media being confident. You're a red card. You're a wrong read or two. You're a bad defensive set from getting beaten in a game like this, because it's not like going to, with all due respect to Whitehaven, it's not like going to Whitehaven where they had us under the pump in the first 10, 20 minutes and had good field position but couldn't get through our defensive line. This is a Super League team we're talking about, and as we've seen, bottom have already beaten top this season. So it can happen, and it can be an off day all round the squad. It can be a red card. It can be a period where you've got a man in the sin bin. Listen, I don't mind all the winding up, but this is a game where form can go out the window. It really can. There's been games in the past where we should have beaten them, and we've not done it. So listen, concentrate on this week. Get this Friday. Get it out of the way, get them beat, move on to Monday.
I think it's only fair to say that obviously we talk about the busy Easter period. We play Good Friday. As you say, we're away at Huddersfield on Easter Monday, but we're also away at Cass next Friday night. 3 games in 7 days. Then you've got a week off between playing Salford at home and then a semi-final. Obviously, Good Friday, you're going to go with your best available. but then just start having to look at how you manage your squad over the next 3 games after that.
Yes, definitely. I was listening to Christian Wolf's press conference, and he was pretty much saying that. He was turning around saying lads will get game time, and this is where, and we'll come on to the squads in a minute, but there'll be lads not named in this 21, like the likes of Kyler Moore, who aren't named in it, but will get game time. I can see it happening over there, because you've got to rotate your forwards. I know we've just had Alex Walmsley and Matty Lees out with injury, so they've had a couple of weeks off. They might be all right to play a little bit more. They might decide to give one of them a week off. They might get them all the way through to, as you say, that Salford game before they decide to do anything. There's a lot of management of that squad that you could do. You've got to look at the likes of, and I hate bringing it up because they're still younger than I am, but the likes of Louis, the likes of Kyle, are they going to play 3 games in 7 days even? At their age, with all due respect, you'd think that they'd get one of them games off.
Indeed. Should we move on to the squads, Kev?
Yes.
Now, for me, obviously the only change this week is Curtis Sirenen dropping out after he received that 1-match suspension for the hit at Catalan, and replacing him, Jake Wingfield comes back in after he missed out due to the HIA. For me, Jake Wingfield probably goes straight back into that side as a ready-made replacement into the 17. Given that the only reason he lost his place was obviously from that head knock.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree with that. The one thing I don't want to see us do is take Morgan Knowles and put him in the second row. I think in a game like this, you need Morgan Knowles at 13. He's the best 13 in the comp. So I don't see why you'd move him from there. We've got other players who could fit in. I mean, James Bell's been in and about that squad for a little bit. He's been out to Lee. He's had a couple of injuries. He's not quite made it to the 17 yet. So he's a possibility as well. Sam Royal, is he just slightly ahead of James Bell at the minute because he's got a couple of appearances as well? Maybe. But I think, to be honest, if we're going to go for anything, the way that Christian Wolf's been talking about Jake Wingfield, I mean, well, he said he's either going to play on Friday or if he doesn't play Friday, he'll play Monday. I can see Jake Wingfield slotting in, to be fair.
Yeah, I think James Bell comes in Monday. I don't think you introduce him into this game in that atmosphere. I think you hold him back playing Monday. I think Ben Davis probably comes in on Monday. And you give Mark Percival a rest. You don't want to overstress him, given it is an injury history recently. And then I think Sam Royal comes in on Monday as well.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I think, like, potentially, yeah, you could swap like quite a few round over the next 3 games. John Bennison might get a bit of game time as well in the. But that's, yeah. Listen, we'll talk about that probably on Saturday when we're doing Monday's preview show. But yeah, that's it. Between James Bell and Jake Wingfield, if you just said to me at the start of the season who would be slotting straight into the 17, and I thought it'd have been James Bell, just with that little bit more experience. But obviously, the Jake Wingfield's probably got the nod over him at the moment. I still think that James Bell could come in and do a job if they needed him to, and even start. Players have made the debuts against Wigan, first game of the season. Remember, Kevin Agama scored a try with his first touch. I'm sure you'll remember that because we were both on him at 18-1. There's quite a few players who've made the debut against Wigan, and listen, if you're good enough and you deem good enough for the 17, it doesn't really matter what game you'll get up to the pace of it.
It genuinely though, yeah, you'd have no complaints with any of that squad going into the 17. And I include John Bennison in that as well.
Yeah, well that's it. Listen, well I don't think John will play in it unless there's an injury somewhere. But he's proved himself against Leeds, and as I said after the Leeds game, he made that one mistake and grew from it. He didn't didn't shirk, didn't hide, didn't start thinking, oh, well, I've made that error. Oh, I can't go for another high ball now. He got himself underneath him, made a good break, leads to a try, set up the try as well. When Percy put it out wide to him, he puts it back inside. Yeah, you've no problem because people are coming in ready. And I saw a tweet from a Wigan fan saying that he thinks, and it's something that we've said time and time again, he thinks that Saints have got the best strength and conditioning team in the league. And you see it, you see that players are ready fitness-wise. Whether they are ability and mentally is another matter, but fitness-wise, they come in and they're ready to go. And that's testament to them.
You look at that over the next 3 games. No, we will go into it further, but you've got Curtis Sirenen who will come back Monday after suspension. You've got Kyle Amor who can come in. You've got James Bell if he doesn't play tomorrow. You've got Ben Davis. I think you might see Lewis Baxter as well in the next couple of games. Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And that's it. And as I say, these players will be ready. Listen, you're not expecting John Bennett, Lewis Baxter, somebody like that to come in and be the best player you've ever seen. You're not expecting that, but you're expecting them to give it a good go, put a shift in, and it might only be for a forward might only get 10 minutes at the end because they manage all the substitutions, so it's just him coming on and getting a taste of it at the end. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see some more young kids coming in, especially, as you say, Huddersfield and Castleford. We're going to have to turn the squad round because it's usually the Castleford game, which will be the one that might be a bit flat.
Yeah. And you say you want them to come in, you want them to do a job, but it's part of their development as well. And they need that game time. Just as John Bennison grew into that game at Leeds and ended up performing really well. And this is why the squad is so good, because we've got so many players pushing to get into it and show what they can do.
Yeah, sometimes, well, that's it. Listen, I know people get released before playing a game for Saints, but if you've got someone in and about the squad and they like them, they're never going to know how good they are unless they play. And it might be that one of our forwards plays, Sam Royal, Lewis Baxter, someone like that comes in, and you know what? Tyler Pemberton even comes in for a game. They come on and they do good things, really good things, and all of a sudden they're making the coaches turn around and go, well, we need to keep our eye on him. We need to get him out on loan somewhere. We need to get him out on dual reg. We need to make sure that his development's coming on. So listen, it's great that we've got such a squad that we're so confident with. And I think that's the thing. I'm confident with these lads who need their development. I'm still confident with them coming in that they can be a useful asset on the field.
Okay, move on to the Wigan squad.
So do you want to know who's missing out of this?
Not really, but you can tell us.
Well, Ian Thornley and Zach Hardacre are missing.
Why is Zach missing, Kev?
I don't know. I've heard, I've read someone on Twitter said he's broke the club's COVID protocols, but I don't know how true that is.
I believe the official is he's fell below the official standards expected off the field.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not going to take someone's word who I don't know on Twitter as gospel. If it is along those lines, you can understand why they've stood him down, because you get a 10 grand fine and a 48-0 defeat if you call a game off due to a COVID outbreak. So, but I don't know. Listen, that's just one person I've seen on social media just before we started filming. Thornley got injured. I don't think he came back on at half time against Wakefield. And James McDonnell has come in as Abbas Miski. They're the replacements. But you have a look at that squad, and listen, they're missing the 3, 4, and 5 there, aren't they? It's the you think that the two first choice centres and one of the first choice wingers are missing. You've got to get at that back line, haven't you?
Some would say it's just because they can't count. No, but you look on paper, and does that squad put the fear into anyone?
Well, it will do, because listen, they've got good players in there. They have got good players in there, but that's it. I think with Wigan, they've got a lot of young lads playing in the forwards, and they're just kind of moving their way through and becoming first team regulars. So, you know, like your likes of your Oliver Partington, your Ethan Hazards, people like that are just kind of coming into continually being in the first choice 17, and they've had to go out and buy. Is it Patrick McGough and I can't think of the other fella's name who's been suspended, but they've had to go out and buy 2 big props because they didn't have anything like that. They've not had anything like that, and that's where probably the likes of Warrington as well have fallen down. That they've not looked after the pack, and they've not kind of regenerated that pack as players have either gone or retired.
It's like, obviously, Jay Field is their standout, has been all season. He's the one that is the new media darling that they all like to rave about.
Yeah.
Would he get into our team, Kev?
Probably not.
How many of that Wigan team would? Liam Farrell, maybe?
Yeah, Liam Farrell.
Bateman?
Yeah. Could probably be on the bench, couldn't he? That's it. It's difficult to say, because at the minute, like, if we had a full strength 1 to 13, so Regan Grace was fit as well, I wouldn't take any of them. But if you think,
and you know what, that's not me. I don't. Listen, as you said earlier on, it's a derby, anything can happen. But genuinely, I wouldn't.
Yeah, if you match them up 1 for 1, I mean, listen, and that doesn't say that Bevan French and Jai Field and the likes aren't good players at all. But at the minute, would I swap Jai Field for Jack Wellsby? No. Would I swap Bevan French for Tommy Makinson? No. I wouldn't at the moment. I wouldn't, because one of the things with regards to Jack Wellsby as well is I'm liking seeing how he's developing. So I wouldn't just throw someone in who I don't know. I've not seen. But to be fair, I've not seen an awful lot of Jai Field. I saw him on Sunday in the cup game. Great support player, but I don't know. I like seeing how Jack Wellsby's coming on and linking in with the play as well. And maybe Jai will show us that on Fridays. Like, but I like the way that Jack Wellsby's going about his business kind of quietly, and I like watching lads who come through the academy kind of flourish in the team. To be fair,
right then, Kev. Predictions.
If we tackle completely unlike Wakefield did, because it seemed like we're going to grease themselves up, and we tackle and we defend as we can, we'll win this game by 4 scores.
4 scores? That's impressive. I have gone, if I can find my prediction, I've done Saints by 20.
Yeah.
And I think,
well, to be fair, 4 scores is 16 if you look at it like that. So,
why is Tommy missing all the kicks, Kev?
I didn't say that. Just giving you points. But yeah, listen, if we defend like we can, and we're as hot as we were against Catalan, and I like the fact that Christian Wolf turned around and said that wasn't everything, that Catalan game. We've got more in the tank. If we throw that in, I don't know, occasion can get to you. But if we throw that in, we should win. Would I ever rule out a Wigan victory in this? Unfortunately not. You can never write them off. You can't.
Instead about someone else, Kev.
It's what?
I'm sure that saying it's about someone else.
Yeah, true. But again, you can't because, as I say, all it needs is a wrong defensive read, us getting it wrong on a couple of occasions, end up a couple of scores down, and then you chase. I've confidence in Saints to kind of pull it back, but you know what? We need to hit this game really, really hard for the first 15, 20, 25 minutes, and then almost like the Catan game, weather any storm that they throw at us, and then hopefully go on and go through the years.
Yeah. I will genuinely say this. I am actually looking forward to hosting Wigan on Friday. Fans being back in the stadium, full house, decent crack around town before and after the game, meeting up with some of our Wigan friends, win, lose or draw, on it.
Yeah.
And having a good laugh. And do you know what? It's a good atmosphere. And this is a true rivalry, not like Warrington's rivalry round against Salford, because they're irrelevant, the pair of them.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, I
they wish they could be us. And I mean, I'm Wigan for that, Kev.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's, you know what? It's something that I think Saints and Wigan fans will completely agree on as well. That this is a proper rivalry. This is just such a big game, and people will try and replicate this, but you can't. And that's it. As you say, we've got mates who are Wigan fans. We go out, we might discuss the game beforehand. We might discuss the game for 10, 15 minutes after it. Then we start getting on the beers, going for a curry. That'll do. Great day.
All good. I wonder if Wetherspoons will put a snail barbecue on for us.
Oh, I hope not. You horrible.
You know what? It was a good weekend, but I felt sluggish all week.
Oh no. Oh,
Save that one for you.
That's the worst thing you've done since typing Catalana in for a consolation try for the first time at Magic Weekend.
I did it again this weekend.
Yes, so did I.
Oh, did you? Did you go for it?
Yeah, because you told me to tweet the game while you were over there and you gegged in.
Yeah. Yes, but really good weekends, really good crack. Yeah. Good to meet a lot of people.
Yeah, it looked good. And to be fair, we've got through this whole recording without you having to apologise for someone swearing, unlike the first 30 seconds of instant fan reaction.
Yeah. Can't legislate for Mr. Howarth.
And his potty mouth.
All our French friends who didn't understand the rules.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, really good weekend, really good snails. Can't wait to try them again. People didn't think I was going to do it, did they?
I did. I knew full well you were going to do it. What did they taste like? Don't say chicken.
They were quite salty. They salted them. They were quite salty, but the texture was a bit like scampi.
All right. What was the flavour like?
I don't know. It's hard to describe. Snail. Tasted like snail.
This is the worst episode of MasterChef ever.
I don't know. I was too busy walloping them.
All right. Did they not taste like mushrooms then?
No. Like meatiest texture.
All right. Okay.
All to know is they tasted good, and I'll be having them again at some point in my life.
Come back for more Michelin star guides from Dave.
I think the worst part is I walloped a bottle of red with them. And I don't like red wine. Ever.
Well, sounds like you do.
When in France, you've got to get involved.
Yeah.
And you know what? We've also met some really knowledgeable Catalan fans as well, who basically said we're the best team in the league. And do you know what? League's established there. I know it always has been, but fully deserving the place in the league. And I've seen a story today where Eamon McManus is talking about embracing Toulouse and Catalan, and Derek Bowman doesn't want them in the league, which says it all.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, we could probably do a whole episode on our thoughts on being expansionists. But to me, listen, what do they bring to the league? They bring that European, at least French kind of vision to the game. They get eyes on it in the south of France. I
think it's a little bit different than just plonking an expansion team somewhere.
Yes,
these are an established team who play rugby league and have an established fan base. Catalan have a stronger support than most teams in Super League. I just wish there was a more direct flight.
Yeah, that's it.
Redvee Airlines we need to put on next year.
Yeah, okay. I'll win the lottery and buy a plane.
Oh, we'll rent one. You just have to fly.
I can't. I'm colourblind. Not allowed to.
Oh, you can be the trolley dolly then.
I will be.
Right. I think we're done. See you Friday. See you Saturday.
Yeah.
If you're out, we'll probably tweet our table in Wetherspoons and you can send Kev a bowl of peas.
I know what'll be coming my way.
Bowls of peas.
Mushrooms.
Oh yes. Kev doesn't like mushrooms, so you can order mushrooms for him or black pudding. He doesn't like that either. Am I right?
No, you're absolutely wrong. I've got some black pudding in the fridge. I like black pudding.
I don't like fry-ups.
Yeah, I don't like pints of Guinness as well.
No,
not for me.
And after the game, I definitely don't like burgers. Right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you after we beat Wigan on Friday. Catch you soon.